Hey, what's up YouTube? Today I'm going to review the 2017 GLE350. It is really windy and cold out here. It's March. Haven't done a video in a while, sorry guys, but it's been a year we've had this, it's a lease, first year with it, and we really like it. It's a lease for my wife and my daughter. It's basically our baby mobile. We've been driving it for a year as a daily driver, which is kind of weird to say that you drive this as a daily. It's actually our beater car. We have this. We take my daughter to school with this. We go grocery shopping in this. And for urban, suburban driving, which is what we where we drive this vehicle, it's excellent. Not a lot of complaints. We've had a couple of Mercedes in the past that we lease, and this one so far has had the least, actually zero problems. You have zero problems with this. I believe we just got it serviced in October. I can't remember when exactly in October, but I think the services includes new wiper blades, a fluid change or check, and that's about it. Not much to do. We put gas in it, and that's about it. We haven't had any major issues with it. Overall, it's very comfortable. It's actually a lot faster than I thought it would be, because it has the same engine as the GLE350 that we used to have. Same engine it seems, but this vehicle is a lot faster and smoother than the GLE350. The size of it is bigger, so I assume it'd be slower and sort of cumbersome to drive, but it is very lean and fast and sleek on a smooth stretch of highway. On the twisties, it's not as shaky as the GLK was. It has active roll stabilization, which is the stuff Mercedes puts in a suspension, and it works really well. You can hit the twisties going 60 miles an hour with this thing, and you won't feel, it's a feeling you get, and you don't get that feeling that you're gonna tip over at all. I know you're not supposed to do that. There is warnings inside this car not to go fast around turns and stuff, but overall it's a really good good vehicle compared to the older ones that we used to have, and highly recommend it. The prices on these outgoing designs are gonna be dropping, because in 2019, I believe, Mercedes will be rolling out a new version of this vehicle. The GLE350 or GLE400s are coming out. There is the 350, I believe. There was never a 400 for the 2017 year, but there was a 550, which was an AMG kind of trim model, and a GLE63, which you rarely ever see. And there's also the coupe versions of this car, which will be very impractical for us because we have a family. So you're just going to take a closer look at this vehicle, but I highly recommend it. The prices are dropping. This one retailed with a, they call it, I believe, Premium 2, with the sunshade and the navigation. It doesn't have the lighting package. This is what I really wanted. But it retailed for about $67,000, brand new. And let's get a closer look, guys. So I just took my camera off the tripod. You probably can hear me clearer. It's very windy out here. I'm right in the Hudson River. So we're just gonna pop the hood because I'm an engine guy. And before we go into the cabin stuff, and the cabin here is really dirty because it is a daily car. And I never thought I'd be saying I'm using a car like this as a daily car. It's my daughter's stuff in here. It's our umbrella. We had a lot of rain. I think some diaper stuff going on there, but it's very messy. I'm going to talk about the trunk space in a minute as well. I love the dual sunroofs. It's the second Mercedes we've had with the sunroof being doubled up like that. So there's the engine. Not much to say with the Mercedes engine. It's very smooth. You don't really hear it. It's a very quiet engine. It does have a bit of a growl when you accelerate on the highways, but not much to say here. If the battery dies, or if you want to jump someone, not a lot of people know this, but you could start the car with this point here and any metal stud on the car. So that's about it. It's V6 engine. It's about 302 horsepower, I believe. It does get really great MPGs. MPGs in this vehicle is the same as my BMW 3 Series, which is a much lighter, smaller car. Design-wise, I really like the styling of this car. The GLS also have the same kind of similar front with the double line grills. This does not have the lighting package, but it does have really cool headlamps there, as you can see there, with the daytime running LEDs underneath the headlamps. Very good. It does not have fog lights, which is something I hate. I wish SUVs like this, if you want to make them practical, put fog lights on them because they help you see at night. And if you're driving on a muddy road at night or dark, rainy weather, fog lights are a practical thing. It's not just for style. This one came with the running boards, which I didn't realize was an option until I saw a couple of these on the roads without the running boards there. Very, very helpful. Like if you get snow on top of the car, or if you're washing the car, it's really, really cool. Step on that, and then you can look up on the roof. And the double sunroof has just the panoramic roof has the black glass top. This is all glass, so don't park any on the trees or anything like that, because you know it's glass. And the little Bluetooth or radio antenna in the back there. You could put roof mounts on this, roof rack for the roof rails here. That's what that's for. That's there for. Don't like the rims, but the rims they keep fairly clean. This car is dirty. We've had a lot of snow in the last couple of days, and we had a nor'easter in the last couple of days. Going around the back, I really like the LED tail lamps. Very, very nice. They light up really well at night. I like the back of this car. I don't think they changed this from the ML in the back other than the tail lamps. But it looks identical to, I think, as early as 2012's versions of the ML Mercedes lineup. There we also have the tow hitch, which I was contemplating using it for something, but we're not going to use it. You do have tailpipes underneath those fake holes there. There's actual tailpipes. You can see the smoke coming out of them if I hold the camera still there. Our trunk might be really dirty, but trunk tailgate is really cool. There you can see into the car. A lot of space back here. We do have a stroller, a shopping cart, bottle of water for the road. And I think this might be rum from our last vacation. We bought back rum from Antigua. That's still in the car from when we came back from the airport. So a lot of space back here. You do have this, which you can remove. The seats all fold down. You could look in the brochure to see how that happens. It's really cool folding down seats. These headrests are really weird. My wife don't like them because she tends to sit in the back a lot. She don't really like how they come up and down. You do have power close and stuff like that, which is cool. Now this does have a parking camera which comes out the back there, which is, I think, is really, really cool. It hides when you don't use it and it pops down when you need it. And that's about it. The gas tank is on this side. The mirrors are power folding mirrors. They fold when you lock the car, which is cool. The leather, everything is really top quality, as you would expect from Mercedes. I'm gonna come in the passenger side so you can see. Love the steering wheel. It is really nice. I don't think the steering wheel has changed that much. Our first Mercedes lease was 2000, I think a 2009 or 2008 C-Class. I don't think the wheel design has changed much since then. You know, basic standard stuff from Mercedes. Navigation screen is a bit tiny, but it's practical. I mean, you can use it. I like there's still buttons on this car. A lot of the newer ones come with just a touchscreen panel, and I like that you could use this while wearing gloves, or if your fingers are cold, you don't have to worry about fingerprints on the screen as well. But I like that everything you could touch down here. There's a lot of different ways actually to control the navigation. You have a wheel here that you turn. You have a touchpad here that you could write letters on. You can see as I touch the touchpad, it recognizes it. So you have a touchpad there. You have buttons here. You also have different drive modes there as well. I don't like that this is here. I wish this was somewhere else. It just takes up a lot of real estate around where the cup holders would be. And you have your sport mode and different things like that. And that's it. I do sometimes put this in sport mode in the highway, and it shows you a little diagram there. But all it does is burn a bit more gas. But like I said, this has really good MPGs. For a car this size with an engine this size, I think we fill up maybe twice a month, driving every day about 6 to 10 miles a day. We fill the tank up about twice a month, and it is like $70 to fill the tank. It's a massive tank. It's like maybe 20 gallons. But so we come around the driver's side, see I can get an idea of what it's like in the cockpit. Turn that down. I know YouTube is gonna get on me for having music in my video. So the mirrors are power folding, something I kind of like. It's heated. Everything, we have heated seats in this as well. The cup holders are heated, and which is kind of cool. It's a lot of junk in here. That's empty water bottle. So that's it, guys. Not much I can say about this car. I really like it. It's one of the best ones we've leased in the series of cars we've leased from Mercedes. Mercedes of White Plains, really good customer service, is where we lease our cars from. And much better. I dealt with BMW, Westchester, and Audi, as well as some other luxury dealerships. Not Porsche. I've never been to a Porsche dealership. One day I'm hopefully have enough money to go into Porsche and look at cars there. But between Mercedes and BMW, Mercedes way better customer service. Mercedes of White Plains, really good guys working there. We actually, before we started leasing Mercedes, I don't know if I ever mentioned on my channel, my wife wanted, I think, a Nissan Altima or Toyota Camry, and we went to those dealerships. That was Acura in Westchester, and we kind of got like a weird reception from the sales floor, as well as the way those cars are packaged. Like if you buy at the time, it was like 2008, 2009, you wanted a Toyota Camry or Altima or Acura, you wanted sunroof and leather and different options. They were, I mean, the lease just would add up quickly. Like it would go from a $200 a month lease, and you put a sunroof, rims, and that thing too with packages in those cars on different car brands. If you want a sunroof, you have to get rims and a bigger engine and different weird things that you might not need. But to get the sunroof, you end up spending a lot more money. So you get a $200 a month lease. A car that's advertised as having a $200 a month lease ending up costing $500, $50, $600 a month, just because you wanted stuff that comes standard in a brand like Mercedes or BMW or Audi. So like I said, Mercedes of White Plains, really good guys. I highly recommend going there for your lease or your purchases. You know, this probably will be actually our last Mercedes lease. We may end up just maybe getting a cheap minivan or something like that. We have another baby on the way, so this might be the last of it. And like I said, this is an expensive car, and we really, you know, with the baby and stuff like that, it's really hard to see, you know, the car getting trashed. So I figured me and my wife are just gonna get a cheap car for our kids. And that's it, guys. That's my review on the 2017 and 2018. They didn't change this car much for the New Year's. Actually, we're gonna go in and do the rear view camera. One of the things that's I like about this car is when you put it in reverse, you get the full surround camera, which is really cool. I'm just gonna drive around to show you guys how it moves. And when you go forward, it shows you the front view, which is kind of cool. There, you can see my tripod. I think my tripod is still in the front there. So that's it, guys. That's the Mercedes GLE350, and this might also apply to all the Mercedes in 2017. Not so much the E-Class and C-Class, because I think they redesigned the interior and exterior of those cars. But excuse the mess in this car. This is like a review on the fly. All right, guys. See you next time. Bye.